And here I have to make the host. Okay. Wait for 1 minute. The students are joining now. So just explain you this. Any question regarding this? So you may put the message or just to tell me that. So then that we are going to explain again. No problem. Just have to put the message. BABB group. Okay. So once I have completed this, so I will proceed for the next one. Is there any question on this algorithm? So then I will proceed for the next algorithm. Yes, do you have any kind of questions? So then I will proceed for the next one. Okay, no question. So that you can easily implement the program on this. Okay, so programs and write up I have already given to you on our Moodle. So just log in on the Moodle and then execute it. I will send the scan copy on our group. So just have to write the next algorithm. So next, our third program is on Diffie-Hellman algorithm. So this is called as the asymmetric key. Okay. So here I have to write the title: implementation of Diffie-Hellman algorithm. Okay. So here I have to write asymmetric key. Is it audible to you? Because of it's disconnected and connect again. Got it? Chalo. Okay. Start. So is it readable that my handwriting, all of you? Say Diffie-Hellman algorithm. Okay. Now, what is this algorithm? Just say some steps for this. So this is not an encryption algorithm. See, just I have said. So not an encryption algorithm. Means what? Here I am going to exchange the key. In define algorithm, I have going to exchange the key. So that's why its name become asymmetric. In symmetric algorithm, that's the previous one, DES algorithm and AES algorithm. What happened there? In that algorithm, what we are going to do, that plain text converted to the ciphertext. Okay. And that ciphertext I am transferring from sender to the receiver, and that ciphertext again convert from ciphertext to plain text. But here I am going to change the key. Okay. So second one for this. So this is the use of exchange key. Okay, that's one. Suppose I say the properties. This is used to exchange key. Means that I can exchange the key from sender to the receiver and receiver to sender. So here you may say that is asymmetric encryption. What you can say? Asymmetric encryption, another properties. What? Suppose these are the three main properties that I have written. Okay. Now, but how can exchange the key? See. So here we can produce from the sender side. Okay. So this is my suppose sender side. And this is my receiver side. Okay. So here I can produce what the key, public key and private key. Here again, what? Public key and then private key. So what is the public key? So public key can know the sender also and receiver also. This is the same. Public key for the receiver and the sender are the same. But what about the private key? Private key can know only the sender. Know only sender. Because of this is the private key, that's name indicator. And this also the receiver can know the private key for their receiver only. So that I can exchange with my key to private key to the receiver, so that receiver can read the message by using this private key. So this is called as the exchange key. Okay. So how this is the complete idea of this Diffie-Hellman algorithm. But how you can do these operations? Okay. You understood the idea for sender side and the receiver side with the key. Here I am exchanging the key only. Now, what they have said in this algorithm that you have to consider first. So what are the value you can consider? First of all, you have to assume. Assume what? Prime number. Assume any prime number. Suppose that prime number that I have assumed, that I have put the name Q. Q is my prime number. Understood? Now, again, second operation they have said, select one alpha. See, select one alpha. So that alpha you have to select such that alpha you have to select such that the alpha must be primitive root of key. Alpha is what? Primitives. Just I'm writing primitive root of Q. So what do you mean by primitive root? Just I have said. Just I have to explain what do you mean by primitive root. Suppose I have said that primitive root means that alpha must be less than Q. This is the condition. And that primitive root of Q. Suppose I have said that A is primitive root of P. Okay, suppose any number I have said A is primitive root of P. Okay, this is one example. Just I am explaining one example. The example is what? A is primitive root of Q, P suppose. Okay, so A I have considered and P. So how can find out this? If and only if A mod operation P comma A square mod operation of P, then A cube mod operation with the P, then A raised to power 4 mod operation of P, then A raised to power 5 mod operation with the P, continue up to A raised to power what? P minus 1 mod P. Understood? See, suppose I have said A is primitive root of P. A is a primitive root of P. And A value I have taken and P value I have taken. Okay, any number suppose. So that I have started from the A mod P, first one. Second, A square mod P. Then A cube mod P. And A raised to power 4 mod P. A raised to power 5 mod P. Go ahead up to this one. Last one is what? A raised to power P minus 1 mod P. So output of this, suppose I have got the output of this what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like these numbers. Up to P minus 1. Got it? So then and then only, A is primitive root of P. Everybody understood? See, what we will start? Consider, assume prime number Q. Select any alpha such that alpha primitive root of Q. Yes, and that alpha must be less than Q. Okay, no problem. So A that I have considered A value is primitive root of P, means how can find out? If and only if A mod P, A square mod P, A cube mod P, go ahead up to the A raised to power P minus 1 mod P. So output of this is must be any output 1, 2, 3. So that's come P minus 1. Then and then only you can say that is primitive root of P. Understood? So now the remaining part of our this algorithm that I will explain with the example. Okay, that I will explain with the example in the next lecture. So is there any question up to this part, up to this, how you can select the primitive root? So can I explain with the example? Now understood? Okay. So just come for wait 1 minute. B computer bench. Wait, just I'm searching. Wait for a moment. Just I'm opening the attendance. Okay? Is it visible to all? Okay, so just to have completed the two algorithm, just time to show you. Okay. Now what you can do over here. So you already upload the implementation of SDES. Now start implementation of AES algorithm. Okay. So just today we have finished this AES algorithm. Now tomorrow we are going to concentrate on this implementation of Diffie-Hellman key exchange and then implementation of RSA algorithm, because of two algorithms we are going to consider by tomorrow, because we are having 3 lectures. So be prepared for the tomorrow also. Now today what you can do, the write up and the program images you have to upload for this on Moodle. Okay. And then only I will mark the term work. Otherwise not. So those are having a laptop or the desktop, they can easily implement, but those are having a mobile only at your home, so they are very difficult to implement it. So that time you have to take any friend laptop, but you have to hands on this program, because of this is the practical and university is going to conduct the practical exam. So unless and until you cannot hands on this all the practicals, so it's very difficult for implementation, and this is not for your sites. Okay, so first of all understood this all the algorithm completely and then start. Now, is there any question for uploading these two? That is the first one, and second one. So these two you can upload. So you may implement on Eclipse also, NetBeans, Ubuntu, Fedora, Linux, because of this is a simple Java program that I have given already on the Moodle. Okay. So thank you very much. I am going to end the lecture.